towards Realtime. Basically, I see my work moving towards Realtime. I see the industry moving towards Realtime. I don't think it's a very controversial thing to say. I mean, we just saw on C4D the rendering and report is getting better and better. My prediction is that it's going to go away completely, and I hope so, because rendering is arduous. Managing files, folders full of EXR sequences, and failing hard drives. I'll talk about that later. But basically, I'm hoping that it's going to go away completely, and so I'm kind of taking steps towards it in my own work. Just a little bit about myself, really quick. I basically split my day into 3 parts every day. I start off at Emily Carr University. I work as a technician, an animation technician. I think there's some students here right now. I help maybe 200 students with technical issues around their projects, 2D and 3D. I kind of give them direction and help them solve different issues and problems. It's a wonderful and beautiful place to work. There's so many new interesting ideas, a lot of new talent coming out of there. The second part of my day I spend at Z-Space, which is just across the road there. And I mostly work on freelance. I work for other artists making their art, essentially. I'm a technician, kind of. A lot of artists have ideas, but they don't know how to use Maya. They don't know how to do architectural rendering, so they come to me. And that's Caspian right there. And it's Austin. Austin, right? So this is the kind of freelance work I do. I don't know if you can see very well, this is a super high-res rendering that I did for Stan Douglas. I did this with a team of 2 other people, Martin Gilbert and Rajay Netta, who's right there. He now works at Thinking Box. Martin Gilbert works at Weta right now. And these images they're printed 10 feet wide, and they're 300 dpi, so they're 36K pixels. And he prints them and then sells them in the art market, essentially. And the one thing that's common with all of these freelance projects that I do is that they're kind of hell. It's like these long projects that just have an enormous amount of assets, an enormous amount of rendering and compositing. And there's always this one moment that's like late at night, it's like 3 in the morning, and I'm like trying to render out a sequence of images, and I'm like, a hard drive's full, and I just think, what am I doing? This is terrible. I want to get away from this. So the third part of my day, after Emily Carr and doing freelance, is doing experimental work. And it's kind of my research and development. And what I find is that my research work a lot of times it's trying to solve and get away from the things that burden me during my workday. It's trying to work without constraints, to not worry about money or worry about if something is kind of appeal to any kind of client. It's trying to solve issues. And just to go back to this issue of massive file sizes and sequences and everything, this really came to a head in 2014 when I was invited to VJ for New Forms Festival, which is a popular kind of electronic festival here in Vancouver. And they were like, okay, yeah, go ahead, VJ. We need you to cover 6 hours, 6 different musicians, mix live and all this kind of stuff. And so in this kind of environment, 6 hours of footage, 6 hours of VJing is, it's a lot of, it has certain constraints. It's a lot of footage. No one person can make 6 hours of really good animation. I don't want to do loops because I kind of feel like it's giving up a little bit. And I want to keep it interesting. So what I started to do, I started to kind of try to cut different parts of the workflow out. So instead of rendering from, Arnold or V-Ray or whatever, I just started doing screen caps, started doing playlists. And so I'd set a simulation at night, and I would kind of let it run. I'd wake up and I'd have 10,000 frames, and maybe something interesting would happen for part of it. And then I'd take those 10,000 frames and I'd make them into an MOV, and I'd just do this over and over and over. And after 2 months, I accumulated 200 gigabytes of these MOV files that were just weighing down my computer at that point. And so what I did is I used a program called Reslim Avenue. Has anyone here used that program, or has anyone heard of it? Okay, just another question. Has anyone used Touch Designer? 1, 2, okay. That's what we're talking mostly about today, is Touch Designer. So Reslim is a bit like After Effects in real time. So you can have multiple layers of video footage, you can cue different clips, and I would use my MIDI controller I just showed, and I'd map those controls to different parameters. So I would have 4 different sliders, and there would be 4 different layers with different opacities, and I would change the speed, the playback speed of those clips. I would add motion blur, change the brightness. This is what the interface looks like. And it's kind of a fake real time. It's pre-rendered stuff, and you mix it together, and if you have multiple layers, then add and multiply and add and multiply, then you end up getting images that are abstract and that you haven't, that are kind of new images. They're kind of an amalgamation of the first 2. So with this, I kind of got through those 6 hours. By the way, that was extremely exhausting to listen to music and very carefully tweak parameters. It was a great experience, but I basically ended up still doing DJing stuff for 2 years after that. Just nightclubs and underground events and everything. And eventually accumulated a terabyte worth of these clips that sit right now on a hard drive in my studio, just kind of decaying. In fact, I was sitting at a desk one day and I heard that knock. You guys know the knock of death from a hard drive? It's a hard drive feeling. It's like an entire terabyte of data was on its way out at that moment. And I just realized that the data always needs to be upkept. Once you make a sequence of images, you always have to keep that in an archive somewhere, and you can maintain that hard drive. I took one more quick step. This might have music. One more step towards real time, but not really. This is the last film I made. It's called Change. I went to a couple festivals. It's going to be released on Cartoon Brew as part of their festival on the 26th. And this was done entirely with my report. So I could see what I was doing. I could see what the kind of image that I was making at that exact moment, but I still have to play blast the entire sequence. And of course, there are limitations with it, but I thought that the gains were much worse than the limitations. That I could see what I was doing and knew exactly what the image looked like, but I lost things like accurate ambient occlusion and realistic real-time reflection. So that was one step towards real time. My next step was in 2015 I started using Unreal Engine, and this is when I really got the first taste of what real time really felt like. Being able to trigger powerful machine using keyboard strokes, using reflections and stuff like that. And I like it, but also Unreal has a certain look to it. And I kind of wanted to do something that didn't have any kind of pre-baked. I didn't want anyone to be able to look at the image and be like, that's Unreal, or that's this engine or that engine. So basically, there are many different options to choose from in a real-time engine, but I decided to go with one called Touch Designer, which is similar to Houdini. It was actually the same as Houdini at one point, but it branched early on. And Houdini became the VFX kind of go-to, and Touch Designer became the real-time go-to. And I love it because I don't know how to code myself, but I do know how to think programmatically somewhat. It's a node-based programming environment, so you can see right here I'm actually bringing in a MIDI controller in. I'm selecting one of the channels from the MIDI controller. Instead of using a map node to reset the range between 0 and 127 to something more manageable like 0 and 10. And then I can just map that directly onto one piece of geometry, as you can see. So now I'm just taking a knob and I'm twisting and I'm changing the diameter of a sphere, which seems really basic. And it is very basic. But when you do that, and you overlay it with many different things, it becomes very rich, and the texture and the motion becomes very rich. Another reason I chose Touch Designer over everyone is because it supports a lot of different types of input natively. So here is just like a bunch of different inputs running something. So I've got a webcam, I've got my controller there, and I can adjust parameters all together. I've got a screen grab, I've got a microphone, my mouse in, and a joystick, a 3D joystick. And all this information can move into the real-time engine, in real time, and make it more interactive, essentially. So, and another thing about this is that you can kind of organize the nodes in a way that makes sense to you. So this is the way I map my MIDI nodes, my MIDI controls around that controller I showed a bit earlier. I can make it in an intuitive way. that makes sense to me. One of the things, this is just kind of random, but you can also use an OSC signal. So OSC signal is really common in music production and everything. So this is a program called Touch OSC, and you can build bass on the computer, and then you can have that send signal to, let me try doing this real quick. You can send signal to a music application, or in this case, Touch Designer in Realtime. You can have any kind of controller, and that can be mapped to any parameter whatsoever. So I always thought it'd be really cool if you had a face or something like that, and you could control the eyebrows and the face and the mouth and the nose through this intuitive interface that you design yourself. Another thing I like about it is that it supports VR, and because it has all these different inputs, you can kind of layer the inputs. So in this case, I built myself a VR rig. This is all made with nodes, so it's all kind of custom stuff, but I have a 3D scene. I have a reproduction on my desktop inside of VR. I can move my mouse around, I can select different things. I can look at myself, looking really dorky. I have a button on my mobile controllers to toggle a polygon that has the camera as a texture on that polygon. And that's useful because honestly in VR you run into things a lot. And knock things over, you'll like knock a cup over the water and then you'll have headset off and realize that you're doing something. This is a little kind of installation idea that Dean had a couple weeks ago. It's just a field of instance geometry, but they're all pointing towards a single point. We're just testing things out, and that's what I do in the evenings. I just experiment and just have fun really. I don't know, I can't really imagine this being in any, like maybe an installation, I don't know. And then you can see me looking out the window, down at, that's actually the bar right there, which is weird. Kind of fun. So meta. Okay, this video does not work, maybe? Okay. This is just showing me reading. So instead of setting keyframes and arcs and all this kind of stuff, what would happen if you kind of set behaviors for characters and have them act at random essentially. So, and another thing that's interesting about this is that it's generating sound along with movement, which I think would be really interesting to have sound and movement be generated from the same place. They would all just be linked, be integral to each other in such a way that it wouldn't be the same if you had a sound designer. This is obviously like very basic sine wave modulation, but it's interesting to me nonetheless. I kind of took this concept and you can see this is the note graph. So basically here in the green here is a sine wave being modulated by another sine wave, and then being put into an oscillator, and then to an audio device out, which is a speaker. And then the audio is being used to trigger animation. It's basically whenever it gets loud enough, it goes past the loudest point of 1, it will send an impulse and that will rotate the head a random degree. It's obviously a very simple scene, but I feel like if you take that and expand on it, it could be interesting. That's the next thing I did, is I made a face robot. This is kind of just, I thought it'd be interesting if you could create a character that, instead of telling it keyframes, look here, you kind of give it emotional input. Like maybe I have a slider that says anxiety. Like it's, crank up the anxiety slightly. Or, people's faces change a bit. If someone's anxious, they kind of get a scrunchy or whatever. So in this case, it's a noise. The video shows that afterwards, but it's a noise that after a certain threshold, it generates a random number. Do you have a question about it? No, yes.
What happened when all the emotions are on?
That's a good question. Beady-eyed, staring at the ceiling. Well, that's the next thing I'd like to do. This is just randomly generated. And as you can see, I'm taking the nodes and I'm organizing them in a way that resembles the face. So, I know exactly what the eyes are. And this is much more appealing to me than, I don't know much about coding, but like, declaring an eye variable somewhere in the text doc. I don't know. I'm sure that was terrible. But yeah, so as you can see here on the left in the green, we have impulses. And every time an impulse is triggered, it generates a random number. And that's just the rotation of the faces. Sam Long back there calls this balloon face man, which I thought was a very weird thing to say, but I still like him anyway. And of course, because it supports VR, it's really easy just to put your VR headset on and kind of check him out. It's a lot creepier when you're in the same room with this guy. The next thing I'll do is probably take this and then parent it onto the VR headset. So I can become him, and then kind of act out scenes in some weird way, and then have someone else recording me from a different angle. That's my next film, but whatever. Okay. So then this is my final slide, and this is actually, so 2 weeks ago, a friend of mine, a producer named Michael Red, was like, "Hey, I did a music video," and I said, "Okay." The last music video I did for this guy for 2 years. I didn't want to do that again, so I thought I'd try to make it with Touch Designer in real time. I decided to do it as a VR performance. So I would have the music playing through the headphones, and I built up an environment, and I had my headset on, I could see the environment. And then I built all sorts of controls into the Vive handsets. So you can see you can see the lights here are rotating based on the controllers, but also I can trigger. Got access to the trigger keys and everything. So I needed a lot of things, actually, surprisingly. I needed a start button to be able to reset the scene. I needed a button to trigger the audio and start recording as an animation for the movie onto my desktop. I needed a button to make particles and to adjust a bunch of different parameters. And this was the result. I just actually finished the recording a couple nights ago. So I basically put headset on, I pressed play, and I kind of acted out, and I looked super dumb. I'm just kind of like walking through the room, wandering a little bit. And at the end of it, I'm actually right up against the window of the studio, so people can see you from the ground. And sometimes people yell at you and make fun of you because you have a VR headset on. Anyway, so I did the final performance and then saved it off. And so the final animation took 5 minutes. All the preparation, of course, took a week or two, but this was the result. This is just a clip from it. But you can see it's a bit of a cliche, like the line, the VR line, but the scans lines here are generated from the waveform itself. So it has a sound modulator. The scene gets lit up. Yeah, so that's just a little snippet of it.
I was just wondering, do you think like the next step would be for, let's say you go to a concert, you enable people to, on their own, experience and recreate their own video.
Their own music video.
Yeah, in real time, yeah.
There's a multiplayer app called The Wave, which is all built around that kind of idea. It's just a multiplayer space where you can go and experience people performing music. And so they'll have like scratches, and he's doing a VR set, and you can give each other these little weird VR drugs. You hand someone a little tablet, and then your interocular distance starts sliding. So that's an interesting idea. I think that Realtime definitely opens up the possibility of those kind of things. Any other questions? Okay, so that's actually that. I just I hope that you guys got some inspiration for how it might influence your workflow in the future. I hope this is how our project folders look in the future, just a single file, and pick it up, and it's all there. Thank you.